So every time I come to an event like Summer Games Fest, which is where I'm at now, I usually have a pretty good idea of what's going to be the highlight, like what game is going to be the standout. And every once in a while there's a surprise. Like for the Xbox showcase, I was pretty sure that they were going to show like State of Decay or something. And then that's just not there at all. And instead the highlight for me was Clockwork Revolution. Or in the case of Summer Games Fest, I was like, I don't know, maybe it's going to be Onimusha or Pragmata or Resident Evil, whatever. But after the show, we get access to what are called Summer Play Days, which is basically the chance to go hands-on with a lot of games that were shown at Summer Games Fest, and even some that weren't. And typically, we try to schedule out the demo sessions with the games that we think look the most interesting, or that intrigue us, or just will do well for content. But one of the games that we scheduled to go and play was called Mixtape. And this was the game showing off kind of stop motion animated, being made by Beethoven and Dinosaur, published by Annapurna. And amazingly enough, I think this game was the standout of the entire week that I've been here. Like, I struggle to even put into words just how impressive what I saw in my 30-minute demo or so was. But it was really fantastic. I know the trailer initially makes it seem like maybe overly campy or whatever, but what this game is basically a fairly straightforward linear narrative game where you are exploring like the memories of this group of friends on their last night together, because they're about to all, like many of us did right after high school, all move to go to college or, go our separate ways. So this is their last night together, and you kind of relive some of their biggest memories throughout their high school years through these like songs and memories. It's very, very interesting and kind of unique. But what blew me away was that it's also phenomenally well paced and written and acted and performed. This, unironically, if you had told me that like Wes Anderson had directed this game, I would probably believe you. All of the dialogue is so tight and so on the money with delivery and everything. It frankly is shocking. I've never seen a game like it that is this well paced. Even when they break away for gameplay sections, it's just done fantastically well. And I was talking to one of the producers, because if you're not familiar, Beethoven and Dinosaur is apparently a team of like 13 people, like actually 13 people, not 13 people and 100 contractors, but like 13 human beings, and that's the only ones touching this game. And what the producer, one of those 13, said to me after we finished the demo, and I was just like in awe of it, he told me that they actually developed this game very differently from a normal game. Normally they do like a vertical slice, take that to a publisher, get it, basically bought, and then fill out the rest of the game. And he was like, no. We did it as a horizontal build where we built the entire game effectively, start to finish. And it's because we knew pacing was going to be so crucial for this. And all of the dialogue had to be so tight. All the music selections had to be so tight and connect together. We decided to build out basically the entire thing and then spend all of this time pacing and tightening things up and then lengthening this. And so what you end up with is something that is just, it's interactive like a video game, but it is as finely paced, written, performed, and executed as a film, where they can control down to the frame when certain cuts are happening. And it's wildly, wildly impressive. I sat on the couch to play this, and my brother/editor Jacob was sitting next to me. They had 2 pairs of headphones, so we both put them on. And we were both cackling the whole time. It's sort of a bizarro mix of Wes Anderson with Perks of Being a Wallflower vibes as well, but not quite as dark and depressing, at least not what I saw. And I just love it. Like, I can't put into words enough just how blown away I was. I was kind of going into this expecting that it was going to be maybe pretty cringy or uninteresting, but it ended up being the probably standout of my time at Summer Games Fest. And, there were other great games that I'm very, very excited for, Resident Evil or even like Onimusha and games like that. But this really gave me pause, and I was like, oh, damn. Like this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I'm very excited. Now, it's not going to be for everybody, and I think that's probably the other thing to mention here. This is a linear narrative game. It is approximately 4 hours long, is what I was told by the producer. And there's no mention of price point or anything yet, but it's not going to be for everybody. I mean, it's a kind of campy narrative game, and so as a result, some people are going to absolutely love it, and some people are just going to be like, "Where's the replay value?" And that's fine. I mean, not every game is for everybody. But what I will say is, I think this game is definitely for me, and I am very, very impressed by what I saw. Very excited for what they have coming later this year. They wouldn't tell me when it's coming. They just said our goal is by the end of this year. That's what we're aiming for. Even after all this time, they initially revealed it, I believe, last year at, I think, the Game Awards maybe, but they said their goal is by the end of this year they want to put it out. And I can't wait. Again, I can't wait. This is just one of those fun surprises when you see a trailer and you're like, oh, that could be interesting. And you go and you check out the game more and you end up finding something you absolutely adore. That's what this is. And I'm very much a fan. And I just had to share it with you because I think it's really important that you go and give this game a shot if you like more linear narrative games that are maybe a little bit more narrow in scope, but are trying to tell a story that's much more carefully crafted. I think that this could very well be something you love because seriously, it just was wildly impressive. Every aspect of it was wildly impressive. And based on what I saw, if they could keep this up for the full 4-hour runtime, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if this game wins some awards, if it launches in time for the Game Awards. Like it was that good, and I feel like I have a pretty good track record of seeing these things when they pop up in front of me and kind of predicting when something's going to be a hit and pop off. And I think this one very well could. So that's going to do it for me, though, because I could keep gushing about this all day long. As for assets, I don't know if I'll have gameplay footage and things to show you, but if I do, you've seen it throughout this video. Either way, go check out Mixtape. I recommend you wishlist it on Steam just so that you get notified when they have more trailers and updates and stuff. It'll help the devs out too. And we need more small, aspiring, passionate developers, and a team of 13 definitely counts as that. So go check them out. Highly, highly recommend it. Highlighted the show for me, just the biggest surprise. And yeah, 2 thumbs up from Luke. Until next time, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.